this video is accumulation of almost a year's worth of happenings and occurrences. And I've got a heck of a story for you. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to give it all up. I'm not going to tell the whole story in this episode. First of all, I'm not ready to. Secondly, there's a lot to it. And there's a lot of other stuff first. Or a lot of other things to go through. Christopher Titus is one of my favorite comedians. I'd say Titus and Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, are my favorite comedians. And Titus has a routine in his Norman Rockwell is Bleeding routine. Near the end, he talks about his mother's mental health issues, his potential mental health issues, therapy, therapists, stuff like that. And one of the things he mentions is that being able to go out on stage is probably the difference between therapy and coping and a jail cell or something along that line. And that's kind of how I'm going to look at this. Hopefully I can give out some information that'll be good for people. On one side, we're going to do a lot of projects, a lot of things on the side, a lot of information to give out that hopefully y'all will enjoy. On the other side, this is a little bit of therapy for me. Like I said, it's been about a year worth of information, things happening, occurrences that for probably 9 months of that have been me debating on starting this. My original idea of starting videos was to stream playing games and stream certain projects, but I wasn't there yet. It was very difficult. For that reason, it's taken quite a while. And I'm finally getting to that point. One of the things that's gotten me to that point is an upcoming move. I'm here in my old studio. My studio office, computer area, whatever. I have all my stuff set up here, and this is where I used to shoot, but here soon we're going to be moving. So, to get back to it, I have a heck of a story for you. But first, we got a lot to cover. Now, as I said, I'm here in my old studio, and this is going to change soon as well. Change is difficult, but at times very necessary, and this is one change that I'm not liking due to the circumstances, but I'm looking forward to. Why, you say? Let me show you. With the magic of internet, television, whatever you want to call it. Well, here we go. What do you think? Okay, it's not The Office yet, but it will be. This is the project. The location's here. This is the location. It's not the thing yet. So, but the cool thing is, you're gonna get to go along for the ride, for the whole process and the project and everything that goes on to create this into my therapy project. It's hot today. That's funny to say, because it is almost New Year's. 2020 is coming up. Okay. I do live in Florida, so, you know, that does make a difference. This is bugging me a little bit. Slightly crooked. There we go. I think that should be a little bit more level for y'all. It might not look like I'm leaning anymore. Alright, going to give you a little bit of a pre-tour and pre-introduction to the boat. Here we have the new boat. She's gonna be a project, that's for sure. But, you know, not something we're not expecting. She is a 30-foot Bahama made by Islander. So she's a 30-foot Islander Bahama. The only major current concern as far as immediate, and you may be able to see it, is a bow right there in the deck. And what that is, I'm going to jump right to showing you that next, is the mast support has broken through the floor. because at some point the floor was partly repaired. I have a feeling this happened before. You know, a little bit of rot, and they just did that. It is a fiberglass hull, so that's not really a concern. So let's give you the big tour. Here's our cockpit. Not much to it. She is a standing cockpit, no tiller. She's an internal, and that functions, it seems. We've got 2 hatches, one here, one there. We'll show a little bit more later on as we kind of do more to her. Get a little bit more in depth of each hatch as we get ready to do stuff. We're still doing some cleaning out and getting her organized because the gentleman I got her from was kind of using her storage. The ice box is still intact. That's going to come out. So as we come down the gangplank or into the cabin, we've got what was the kitchen on the right, on the port side, the left side. The ice box is here, and that's going to pretty much be pulled out because it's irrelevant, and we don't need it or want it anymore. There was a kitchen dinette here, and then over here was a dinette area. We do have a carry-on onboard air. Don't know that we're going to keep it because between breeze and fan and stuff, I'm not sure that we really need it, but we'll consider it. Check it out and see how that works and see what it's worth. Moving forward, someone has kind of repatched or rebuilt the front berth. So a lot of that's going to get torn out. We're actually going to turn that into the office area, I believe. Put a little raised area and create an office area. A little bit of closet space, but mostly the office up there. On the right side, on the starboard side here, we've got what was one of the bunks, or the dinette benches. We're going to do some remodel on that, get rid of those cushions, get a solid futon kind of thing, and create a hide-a-bed type thing. We do have one original cabinet here. Not sure if we're going to keep that or not, or how that's going to work. We're going to have to get into our electrical and wiring and see. Right now I'm not really worried about it so much because we're not really going to be traveling as much. But then what used to be a berth up under there has been pulled out too. And we got our old Volvo Penta diesel engine there. So current project plans, aside from getting it all cleaned up, just general cleaned up, is number 1. Then we want to build a box area here for a new step, and then we're going to close this wall in so that the whole rear area is closed off. We want to tear that out first if possible, hopefully, and if we get that torn out and then build the box wall here, then that will be the primary. If we can't tear that out, or we need to not tear it out, we won't. But I'm hoping we can just take that out of there and be done with it for now. We may just box it off and leave it for now and do it when we come back to the kitchen later on, but we'll see. We're going to do the floor. We're going to overlay the floor and create a new hatch in the area in the middle. We're going to first, though, do the mast, get that leveled up, because the only leakage we've got is a little bit of seepage here because we do have a through hole for wiring, and when the water settles here, it comes down and then it drips down and it ends up dripping right about here on the low spot. So the mast support will be the first project we do. The floor will be the second project we do. The back wall will be the third project we do. There. The front office desk type area will be the fourth project because we need to get that closed off and cleaned up as well. So that'll be the next project we do. So we'll probably end up getting the mast all jacked, everything, and then disassemble the front berth area. And we might build that frame and structure at the same time we're building this frame and structure, just for consolidation of work, not going from one to the other, but get part of it at least prepped up is kind of the thought. And then we're going to do some basic coating and painting. Like we've got some bare wood that I think we want to get coated. We've got some previous repairs that just need kind of patched over, cleaned up a little bit better. Some areas we want to kind of reinforce the wood that was there. I'm not sure if we're going to we take the windows out, overlay the whole thing, and cut new windows maybe. That might be a possibility, which I hadn't even thought about yet. But I'm not sure if I want to pull the windows. So we're going to determine that, because I could easily take those windows out, put some glue on there, router out the hole, and then go from there. So that's something we might consider. So think up here, we're going to take this out and we'll have our desk computer area here with a TV stand, hopefully, coming out of this. And then maybe probably still do some sort of closet right here with some shelves, and then open, and then storage at the very front. Maybe some clothing type storage or something. Because this dinette with the futon will be our primary bunk and bed area. So one of the reasons we want to tear out the ice box is because we're going to build in this fridge. These fridges are pretty easy to get a hold of, and this is supposed to work and just needs cleaned out. If that's the case, we want to get it built into there so it's out of the way and it's part of that wall. We can also pull it out to access in behind if we needed to. I think that might be a good way to go. So we're going to look into that. But that's her. She is currently named Kahlua, but we're going to rename her Bonnie Lass. So this is going to be first stage of our projects and process of the boat. So stay tuned. So to continue on, you've seen the boat now, and that's the project coming. You know, it's definitely a piece of work. It's definitely a project boat. A little backstory: I used to live on a sailboat years ago. If I can find a picture, I'll put it right here. It's amazing how photos change over the years. So that was back in 99, 2000, something like that. And I always used to say that was the best time of my life. That time on that boat. I really enjoyed it. Wasn't really a project. I was making payments, so it wasn't really mine. It was an interesting situation, but this boat's mine, and it needs work. I've got ideas, but I also have the tools and equipment and skill and information to do it completely and fix it. So with that, we're going to go through this vessel and get it going. Now, I am a licensed boat captain as well, so a lot of times I'll go transport, so I get ideas from other boats, but part of my work is running boats, so I'm familiar with the water and boats. On top of that, I've been working on RVs and stuff for years. RVs, boats, cars. You know, I've grown up being a mechanic, service manager, and moving on into other stuff. So with this boat, it's gonna be a project, and we're gonna do it. I've got ideas and a plan down. We'll have an episode, I think, where I'll go through the plans and what my ideas are and what we're looking at. We've already started kind of tearing some of the half-ass repairs out of it, fixing some of that stuff. And so here's the goal of the channel. Here's what we're aiming at. A lot of things have changed over the last year for me, and I want to take you along on that journey. If you enjoy it, excellent. If not, this is my therapy. Get over it. Is what it is. I'm a licensed boat captain. I am a FAA certified commercial drone pilot, UAS pilot, and I'm a photographer. In my past, I have done videography and movie work. I have been a mechanic and technician, been a service manager, I've done parts. Really and truly, you name it, I've probably worked in it. I've done something in that industry. I've not done a lot of like food service, but I've worked with the food industry. So this channel is going to be a combination of a number of things. Shoot, blank, repeat. To me, repetition in life is not a bad thing. I've always been a kind of person that I didn't want to have that routine life. I like difference. I like something new and different. And with that, this is my my edge to it. It can still be different with the routine. And what I mean by that is we've got a couple elements of that. Shoot, eat, repeat. Shoot, sail, repeat. Shoot, work, repeat. Shoot, fly, repeat. It's gonna be an interesting journey. Hope you join us, and hope you get something out of it. We're gonna have a couple of series between the project, some life, some shoots, and food. I like food, so it'll definitely be an element in there. So with that, cheers. Hope you enjoy the channel. One of my goals is not going to be to sit here and say, hey, subscribe and like. You are your own person. If you enjoy my channel, thank you. You make the choice whether you subscribe, like, or follow, or get notifications or whatever else. That's on you. I don't plan to make this a monetized channel at this point. It's not my aim. If it goes that direction somehow, then okay, we'll approach it when the time comes. But in the meantime, I've liked some of the channels out there that make a point not to monetize. But if people want to assist or donate or whatever, I'll do some sort of wish list maybe. I'll set up some sort of PayPal donation or something else along that lines. If you have ideas or things that you would like to see, do post them below. Please comment. I like to make that social side a part of this channel and make that part of my time, so please do that. Otherwise, enjoy. Thank you for at least tuning in and watching this far. Cheers. Shoot blank, repeat yourself.